When you went on this path, it became that you like, no one's going to hold me down. I'm going to create. You went on to not only do those things, but you excelled. I mean, you've been on Good Morning America. You've been on Sirius XM. You've been on the Washington Post. So, some of these images that my engineer was showing me earlier with your different things you've done, when you were on these things, on these shows, for anyone that's viewing, you can see this. You've been on Good Morning America, Sirius XM, Washington Post. You've been written about. How did you then process through that when you were thinking of this 9-year-old girl who said, I'm going to be conscious enough to take destiny in my life, and then you became a teenager and then a young woman, and you were emotionally disconnecting from your parents? Where did you start emotionally connecting then through your faith, and then applying that to either the schools you talked about or showing up that you could be sought after enough that you were on these shows? How did that become?
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously later. I mean, the one thing about meeting Brian, and I say this, I mean, he's everything to me. There's no question about it. He's everything to me. And, he came from, his mom was married 7 times.
Oh, wow.
His parents were married to each other 3 times.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Got
so
it.
he came from this horrible, he was looking for consistency and, that kind of thing, and thinking I had it. And of course I was coveting it, right? I wouldn't let anybody see that this thing was going on behind the scenes in my household.
Right.
And so he was drawn to the consistency, and I was drawn to fun, because he was just kind of this loose cannon, that he didn't really have parents. He was the parent of the family. And I think that's what drew us together. And, he's the one who said to me, later on, it's, you have to stop doing everything for everybody else. You have to start doing some things for yourself.
Yes.
And he's the one who really, helped me see that. And so I always say that, it takes a really strong man to stand behind an alpha woman, but it takes an even stronger man to stand behind an alpha woman who is determined. Right. And he's happy to. Yeah. And he's happy to take that role, when it comes to that. Now, when we're in our house and stuff, I'm the wife, I get it. But, he does his whole career has taken second seat, and that's okay. He's okay with that. And I'm okay with that too, because he, holds me so high on a pedestal, and he does so much for me. I don't think I could have done it without him. There's no doubt.
Well, it sounds like you've really created that work-life balance within your team relationship of your marriage, and you guys have definitely broken the cycle, both on his side of family and yours. What a great example to set for your children and grandchildren.